Welcome back to Defenstrative Australians Autumn 2014. This is game number 2 here between Defenstrative Apocalypse and MEKA tTe. I'm Zalif and I'm joined by Dawn. MEKA took game number 1 in a pretty tight match, I gotta say. Both teams playing extremely well, and Defenstrative Apocalypse, they banned out that Naga Siren.
Yeah, that's no surprise to see that first ban. They don't want to go up against that again, and I just wonder if we're going to see them banning out more of the wombo combo. Or are we going to see more traditional bans? Are they going to let the Invoker through? Are they going to let the Lycan through? We'll find out.
Yeah, I think Defenstrative Apocalypse, they're going to have it tough here just because they have to sort of react to exactly what's going to be happening. And
10 seconds remaining.
You know, just from last game, they have to ban that Naga Siren. It was just too strong. It means that I still don't think they're going to go for the massive wombo combo bans, just because until MEKA tTe start picking them up, Defenstrative Apocalypse still have ways to sort of potentially shut it down, but also you really don't want to let those stronger picks such as that Lycan go through who MEKA ban it anyway.
Yeah. And there you see the Invoker and Lycan get banned out. And as you were saying about not banning the wombo combo heroes, like until you really see the disruptor, it's not really worth banning the. It's not really worth banning or counter picking those wombo combo heroes. And Ember Spirit first picked up. Not surprised, he's been a very strong hero lately, very popular.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. It's very powerful once he gets some of those big key items onto him. The Battle Fury, for example, allows him to farm quicker, but also in those team fights, dishes out a ton of damage, and also the Daedalus, of course. It can basically one-shot those squishy supports.
Reserve time.
Yeah, you definitely can. And the thing I find about Ember Spirit, one of the things that makes him really strong is that you can do a lot of damage with really not much commitment. The Sleight of Fists allows you to it allows you to own your opponents, and really it's like you don't have to get out of position. You don't have to you don't have to risk yourself getting hit by spells. He can do so much by committing so little. Just makes him really strong. We'll see how MEKA go up against it.
Pretty much. I think he's maybe a little bit fragile, particularly in the early stages of the game, up against some roaming supports. If you get some nice early kills on him, shut him down, that really ensures that your carry or your mid or whoever, depending on Ember Spirit, usually played in the mid, but yeah, it really ensures that your team's got the upper hand a little bit in that sense. Because Ember Spirit, if you don't shut him down, too strong, but you sort of have to commit roaming supports in order to do so as well.
And there you go. There is the shutting down of the Ember Spirit, picking up the Bat Rider and the War Runner, and the Centaur War Runner, two heroes that are no doubt going to get a blink. And if you get a lasso onto the Ember Spirit, he's going to die. Like he will die. He's very squishy, and the Flame Guard is not going to do anything against that.
Yeah, exactly as you said. Very, very fragile. I think Ember Spirit's positioning is going to be key here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we saw in the first game, Animus Fox first Snatch Steal. I mean, Animus Fox had the Ember Spirit in the first game, I believe it was, and he got shut down hard, but it didn't do anything. He still came back later on and still owned the team. So there you go. And you got the Dazzle now, which I think is a good pickup, especially against the Bat Rider, because if you grave that person that's getting lassoed, you buy them, 5 seconds on the grave, you buy them a lot of time. So very good, very defensive support. I like it a lot.
5 seconds remaining.
And also the heals in the early stages of the game. If you can, especially if you want to do some aggressive roaming into the jungle again, if you can get a nice surround, you can dish out a ton of damage with that heal, just because each bounce is a different instance of damage. So yeah, quite powerful.
Yeah. You could definitely underestimate the amount of damage he's done, and I think Dazzle is one of those supports where if you look at the recent changes to him, he's been buffed in like the last 3 patches to the point where it's like teams can no longer ignore him. Like you would never see him picked up previously, like 2-3 months ago, but now he's first ban, not first ban, first pick, but it's like you often see him in the first round of bans and picks. So good on Dazzle. I think he's a strong hero. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. He's quite powerful, particularly, I mean, that ultimate of his as well allows you to push up into, particularly sometimes into that high ground area as well. I know a lot of the time it can be quite difficult to, especially if you're trying to siege someone, popping that weave can really help you out. Just because it means that they're going to be in a situation where they're going to be losing a lot of armor, and you can dish out so much damage, particularly with an Ember Spirit on as well.
Yeah. Especially, now we'll just, I'm interested to see if they're going to go for more armor reduction combos with the Dazzle, or they're just going to leave it at the Weave. But you see, Defenstrative taking out the Rubik, which is kind of strange because they played it really well last game.
Dire team
Yeah, Lincoln
banned.
was a good player, but I guess maybe they there's a few good abilities already that Ruby can steal, but it might indicate that they might go for something that's a little bit more ability and cooldown reliant with the rest of their lineup.
Yeah. I wouldn't, you know what, to be honest, I wouldn't be the least bit
5
surprised to see the
seconds
Magnus here. I
remaining.
know we saw it comboed with the Ember Spirit earlier today, and the banning the Ruby against that is good.
Reserve
I'm interested to
time.
see if they're going to ban it out.
That's actually, yeah, an interesting point. Magnus, I think for the Defenstrative Apocalypse would be a strong choice.
Oh, it definitely is. With the Sleight of Fists after the the RP, it's force to be reckoned with.
And
But we'll just have to see where they take it.
yeah, we sort of spoke about this in the earlier cast today, but
Radiant team
you can
banned.
sort of ignore the Battle Fury as well if you really want to. It means that your Ember Spirit's not farming as quickly, but it means you've also got a Daedalus up quicker or any other sort of item that you want, which can help you out
Yeah,
more in these
exactly.
team fights
10
because
seconds
of that
remaining.
Magnus's because the Empower.
5 seconds
And
remaining.
if you're just blowing up the other heroes because you have that Daedalus or the Desolator, it doesn't even matter if you're not farming well, or not farming as well as you
Reserve
could rather. And it's not like
Yeah.
Ember Spirit has trouble farming, but between the Flame Guard and the Sleight of Fists, he can eliminate waves very fast. So he's
exactly
a
right.
strong flash farmer as this guy. Battle Fury just accentuates that. We'll also have to see how they go. Taking out the Weaver. I mean, I really do want to see where they're going with this. It's really too early to tell with only 2 heroes picked, but. And MEKA running really low on
10
time.
seconds
They're going to
remaining.
have to make some quick decisions, or else they're going to start
Yeah,
randoming
they-
heroes.
Yeah, they decided to
Radiant
ban out the
team
Timbersaw, which I think is a good choice, particularly when you have a Centaur on your side. That Willing Dev basically means he has no health. He's already using up a ton with his double
Yeah.
edge.
The stat reduction is really strong, especially against strength heroes. And when you combine that with minus armor against strength heroes that don't have a lot of armor naturally, it's
Dire
definitely
team
powerful.
pick.
And you see a Shadow Shaman pick up. Now I'm wondering, are they going to take the Batrider mid or off lane? Because you mostly see Batrider in the off lane in professional games nowadays, and you would probably see the Shadow Shaman mid. But I don't know, do MEKA have the capacity to do this? Let's find out.
Radiant team pick.
Shadow mid, that'll be very interesting. I'm not with a bat right there. I'm not so sure. I think this is just gonna be purely for support, and he's gonna start roaming around, creating some plays on that Ember Spirit to help the lock down. Sure that Bat Rider gets a lot of those sticky napalm stacks off as well. Looks like a Dota
Yeah.
2 servers
10
might be having a bit of
seconds
issues. I see a lot
remaining.
of people like reconnecting into Dota 2.
5
Yeah,
seconds
fair enough. And you
remaining.
see Orange is actually disconnected out, so we'll see how that goes. And Defenstrative picking up the Nyx time, so
5
they're not going to let it go
seconds
through. Luna again? Okay, there we go. Another Luna again. We've seen a lot of
Dire
Luna
team pick.
recently.
I'm not too surprised with this Nyx pickup, I gotta say. I know last season Anachromatic was very proficient on that Nyx Assassin, played him very well. It looks like this is just sort of him picking it up to be like, yep, I can help my team out with this. It's gonna be a support Nyx, and yeah, if he can play Nyx as well as he did last season, it's
10
gonna cause a lot of havoc
seconds
for MEKA.
remaining.
Yeah, no kidding. I really, honestly, I really love Nyx as a hero. I
5
mean, I loved him
seconds
before the
remaining.
change to his Impale, and I almost like him more after it got nerfed, because obviously it got changed
Reserve
from being a
time.
target spell to a target ground spell, and it just makes him a lot more fun. Plus, when you're playing him in pubs game, so if you're a low skill player playing Nyx and you can't just aim the Impale easily, it kind of it helps you practice, I would say. And then just Shadow Demon, so probably
Radiant
Nyx is
team
mid
ban.
with a defensive trial aim with Dazzle and Shadow Demon.
That's very interesting. I don't know how I feel
Yeah.
about that.
See, the thing is with Shadow Demon is you disrupt a Luna and then you have those glaives working
10
for you.
seconds
So it's
remaining.
really powerful against a Luna or with a Luna. A Luna with a Manta Style and a Shadow
5
Demon on her
seconds
team. You've got
remaining.
5 heroes with glaives bouncing around. It's insane. But it does raise a lot of
Dire
questions because they
team
have a lot of
ban.
squishy. They got a lot of squishy heroes. They're going to pick up something strong for the offlane. I'm wondering if they might get maybe an Elder Titan, possibly. Maybe
Yeah,
a Bristleback for the minus armor.
Yeah, that's potential. Yeah, I totally
10
agree with you there. They're
seconds
just
remaining.
all these little heroes from Defenstrative. They're pretty squishy. There's
5
ways to
seconds
sort
remaining.
of help with that. You've got the spike carapace. You can even disrupt people
Reserve
into
time.
sticky situations. You've got the shallow grave and stuff. But I don't know. It's MEKA have a lot of lockdown at the same time, so it's gonna be interesting.
Well, as you were saying, they do have a very defensive lineup with the Shallow Grave and the Disruption, so we'll see how it goes. Then you actually see MEKA taking out the OD here, so obviously they don't think... No, it could be a Nyx offlane. Yeah, it could easily be a Nyx offlane. And then maybe an Alchemist mid or something like that?
That's true. I mean, I considering they picked up the Shadow Demon and Dazzle, this isn't going to be Anachromatic on the next Assassin because he's the support player. So this next Assassin has to go somewhere else. Has to go in the offlane or in the mid. We saw next Assassin mid last game, and it does mean he's going to have a quick level 6. But at the same time, up against the Batrider, he's going to have a tough time.
Yeah, definitely. We'll just have to see how it goes. And we see him taking out the Abaddon, taking out the defensive support, so I don't mind that. Abaddon's a very strong hero. He's kind of like... There was a
10
period
seconds
where, like,
remaining.
2-3 months ago where he was like... You would see him a lot in games, but he's kind of fallen off a bit. But he remains a pocket pick when you need, like, a very, very defensive, tanky support, because it's so hard to go on Abaddon. He can do so much with his Mist Coil and... What's the other one? W.
Dire team pick.
Photic Shield, that's
yeah.
the one. And Dream Protector, not surprising at all. It's like, this is another hero where you haven't seen, like, he hasn't seen many changes at all recently, but he's one of those heroes that just, like, he just comes back into the scene just because. For no real reason, people suddenly realize, oh, this hero is actually good. The professionals start playing him, then everyone else starts playing him. I'm not sure how he combos too well with the lineup. I mean, you see Wraith King, so, well, there's their tanky hero that they needed. Is this a mid Wraith King? I don't understand. I mean, they've already with a Wraith King in the safe lane farming, but Wraith King as a carry, I don't rate too highly. I think he's definitely transitioning into one of those strength support heroes. And I know a lot of people disagree with me because Skeleton King, or Wraith King as he's now called, has been like one of a favorite carrier, favorite right clicker of people for ages, ever since Dota 1. But with the changes to his vampiric aura affecting everyone, and the buff to his intelligence, he got 5 base intelligence increased. I really think Valve is trying to make him into a support hero. And he can be played effectively either way, but he lacks mobility, takes a lot to get going, and against the Treant Protector, I mean, if he gets rooted, he can't really do anything. It's not like he can just cast his spells. All he's got is Wraith Fire Blast. So we'll see how they go. And another pause at the start of the game.
Yep. Let's introduce the teams. On the side of MEKA, we do have Ching Ching on the Luna. We've got Exemption sitting on the Centaur. Rain is on the Shadow Shaman, N on the Treant Protector, and Kaza is on the Batrider.
Alrighty, and on the side of Defenstrative, you have Out of Control playing the Ember Spirit, Burner on the Wraith King, Lincolns on the Shadow Demon, Anachromatic on the Dazzle, and Zodius on the Nyx Assassin.
And this is going to be just mid Ember Spirit. It's going to be a Nyx Assassin offlane, since it's picked up by the Zodius. He's the offlane player, and yeah, exactly as you were saying before, Wraith King is going to be the carry side of.
Yeah, definitely. They have a lot of lockdown. They have the Wraith Fire Blast, they have the Searing Chains, they have, I mean, I suppose you can't really, Poison Touch isn't really a lockdown, but there's a stun there. They have the Disruption, Soul Catcher, Nyx Assassin, Impales, so they've got a lot. If they catch these heroes, like if they catch Luna and she doesn't have her BKB up, she's dead. She needs to build that BKB fast, so I don't think we can see a Luna like we did in the other game. Actually, no, Luna in the other game went straight for the BKB, which, I don't know, didn't actually end up paying off for her too well. Maybe she should have gone that Midas.
Maybe. I don't know. I think in the team fights that BKB paid off. The only issue was that it didn't have enough damage early on. So
yeah, they needed that butterfly. And you see, actually, if you look at Luna right now, she's got that sick Luna set, the one that was released with the what was that most recent event called? The Year Beast. That's the one. Yeah, that's definitely going to be one of my favorite Luna sets. And funnily enough, it's like Luna is one of these heroes, like a hero that's been out for ages. Everyone plays, everyone loves him, one of the most played heroes ever. And she had no sets for so long, and now she's got like 4.
I'm still waiting for
and they're
the
all
Black
actually
Box
pretty
set.
sick. have to do a giveaway of that set on the Facebook page. It's just too awesome.
Yeah. Well,
Alrighty,
look
so,
forward